know how this works? Of course we're going to take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on.
Join me.
Yeah, it's lovely. And of course, going on my Crash Bandicoot coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you are into gaming retrospectives, complete unbox experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you are enjoying the artsy gamer mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell, held up by there. And here we are again, guys. We are here on another holiday video, and before we begin, we're just going to take a sip of coffee because yes, that was a pre-recorded video, guys, so I'm yet to have my coffee. Come on, join me, come on. Yes, baby. Well, today, guys, it is Monday, and of course, I want to stick with our tradition, which is
Let's read, let's story time kind of jam.
where I pick a lovely piece from a gaming manual and yeah, just read it to you guys, because like I always say, reading and writing is definitely a form of art, and in some of these lovely manuals, yeah, it is a shame to miss these out. So yes, that is exactly what we're going to do today. But guys, I'm thinking it could be a bit of a double video, because yes, I did go to CEX today. Actually, no, not today. Yesterday.
Actually, no, not today. Yesterday.
Sorry, guys. Okay. When you're on holiday, don't you feel like all the days just merge into one? But anyway, yes, it was yesterday I did go to CEX, mainly just to have a look to see if I could actually get a goddamn charging cable for my PlayStation 3 controller, because yes, guys, I bought my PlayStation 3 on holiday hoping to get a little bit of retro gaming in, but unfortunately my controller has run out of charge, and you know what, because I'm an idiot, yes, I forgot the charging cable. So I did go to CEX hoping I would be able to get something like that there, but unfortunately I didn't. Real shame. Maybe if I manage to get to some sort of superstore today, they might have a cable. Because yes, annoyingly, on the PlayStation 3 controller, it is actually a mini USB that is used. It is not kind of like a really small USB or the Type-C that we often see on the PlayStation 5 controllers. So yeah, what a shame. But I did go in, and of course I wanted to have a little look round. Now yes, I did want to actually go and pick up Animal Crossing for the DS, because yes, I have bought my DS on holiday and I did want to have a little bit of a bit of DS gaming on the go. Annoyingly, again, no Animal Crossing that I was after. There was some 3DS stuff, but no DS Animal Crossing, so that was a shame. Obviously, I was having a look at some of the cables and no cable. So I was like, right, okay, well, come on, I'm here. Let's have a look at the PlayStation 2 stuff. There was actually quite a wide selection, actually, and so much I was just getting my head blown away, and I actually forgot to get a little bit of B-roll, unfortunately. But, wow, guys, what I did see was some Jak and Daxters, and I was like, oh my gosh, here we go. All three were present in this CEX, 1, 2 and 3, all looking pretty good. So I was like, great, okay, fantastic. When I went to the checkout though, it was only Jak 2 that had the manual here that was already located in the box. And sometimes CEX do that. Sometimes they actually just place some of their games out with the manual already on the shelf. And it's a little bit hit and miss, you know, sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. And sometimes they'll have those manuals just lined up with the discs right behind the cashier. But I was like, right, well, I'm only going to get these two, 1 and 3, if they have the manual, of course. And the guy at the table, he was like, yeah, sorry, we don't keep any of the manuals at the back here, mainly because we get a little bit afraid that as we are searching through all the discs, they're just going to fray up and break and stuff like that. So any manuals that, you know, we have, they are already located in the boxes on the shelves. And I was like, damn. I was like, damn.
I was like, damn.
Because there they were, all three, what I had been looking for. Boxes were pretty good and intact. No platinum edition in sight. So I was like, yes, here is the time. But unfortunately not. So I did only come away with Jak 2 for the PlayStation 2 here. But I thought, well, okay, I might as well get this one. And then hopefully a little bit later on down the line, I might see a really lovely pristine 1 and 3. And you never know, guys, I might see them this holiday because yes, I do like to explore lots of different areas and cities in Cornwall. So I would like to maybe go to Falmouth, for example. I know they've got a CEX there, Truro and stuff like that. So yeah, you never know. I might come across it, and Animal Crossing for that matter as well. But anyway, guys, so what I was thinking we could do today, like I said, a double whammy. Yeah, we're going to get a bit of story time out of this and a complete in-box experience. Yeah, so why not? I'm on holiday. I've got the time. I've got my coffee with me.
I'm on holiday. I've got the time. I've got my coffee with me.
And yeah, you guys are just going to come and join me along for the ride, haven't you? So let's just take a sip of black coffee again because it's going to go cold today. If it's double whammy, guys, it's gonna go cold. Come on. Okay, baby. Right then, well, here we go. Let's take a look at this fantastic box art for the front cover here. Yeah, let's go. So, wow, here we are. Jack and Daxter just running away from a load of enemies in the background there. What more can you want from a Jack game? Gun at the ready in the hand. Daxter just on Jack's back, ready to just be stupid, be an idiot, probably calling off lots of different things like
Shoot that guy there, or God, what a miss.
Or, you know, stuff like that. Really iconic, quirky voices that he'll be making, voice lines and stuff like that. So yeah. But let's just hold this up a little bit closer then, because that's kind of what you get first glance, isn't it? Jack, a load of NPCs they're ready to take down, and you know, off you go. So yeah, just holding that a little bit close there. Just how brilliant it is. This just actually makes me chuckle. It really, really does. Like, this is number 2. You've come off number 1 and you're thinking, okay, yeah, I really like the jam. I like the way the game presents, you know, lots of collectibles and stuff like that. Yeah, shooting and taking down and melee and, yeah, a lot of kind of like missions together and stuff like that. So, you know, it really, really, I would say actually takes a lot of the front cover from the first one and then just adds to it, which is what I like. And again, let's just explain that a little bit further here. So yeah, I like how, you know, Jack is there on foot running away. That just screams to me, yes, there's going to be more kind of like on foot exploration taken from the first game, and then boom, yeah, you're going to get a little bit more of that. I love the surrounding. Again, it's very kind of like deserty, sandy. Again, that kind of vibe, you know, beaches and seas and stuff like that. So yeah, again, very, very similar terrain. So I do like how they've done that there. You know, when kind of like franchises do that, they've just had a really cool game out beforehand, you know. They want to grab back that audience again, don't they? So they do need to keep their front cover a little bit similar, you know. They need it to kind of go, right, okay, I need it to appeal to those gamers that really like the first one. We need to keep it similar in terms of art, graphic design and colours, and actually, you know, the terrain as well. And then that's when the gamer can explore that a little bit further. So, you know, it looks like now we are starting to see a little bit more kind of like robot vibes and stuff like that, which is quite cool. I think the first one, and to be honest with you guys, again, is something that I have played, not to completion, so I do want to say that.
Be honest with you guys, again, it is something that I have played, not to completion, so I do want to say that.
So there might be some stuff that I'm saying here that quite doesn't add up because I haven't already, you know, gone all the way to the end there. And of course, that's why I love doing this channel, you know. The box art is telling me lots of things and just little bits of interpretations that I've picked up through little bits of gameplay and online. And, you know, what is that box art telling me? And then when I go and play it, is that what, you know, that box art was telling me, or was the game completely different? See, I do like to actually rewatch some of my videos as well and go, yeah, actually, the box art was right there. It was telling me a lot about the game and I did interpret it correctly. But there's been definitely occasions where the box art in my head has said something and yeah, the game is absolutely completely different. Actually, funnily enough, I would say Scooby-Doo for that matter. Yes, but again, that's another video. But yeah, I really do like that. So more kind of like, I would say, robots coming after you, or like mech suits and stuff like that. So that's really cool. I love that. Again, I would say lots of cool kind of like gunplay as well. So again, you know, he's got Jack's there with his big ass gun. fun, just trossing down there. I love that. Running away from these, but probably ready to take on a load more that's out in front. That is so cool. You know, what is up in front? Who knows? But that's just what this box art is telling you, the gamer, isn't it? Yeah, we've got all this. You've already done all that potentially in the first game. Now look what's coming. You know, it's a little bit unknown, but that's what we want. It's Jack, but more. And there you go, Jack 2. So yeah, really cool. I love that. I love how actually the Jack 2 logo is resting on that lovely blue backdrop of the lovely sky there. I think it just shines out perfectly. But I think they had to do that, didn't they? Like I said, coming from that first box, they're very orangey, very sandy, very deserty. They wanted to take that vibe again, but you know, they couldn't really go to town by making it all orange, otherwise the Jack logo would get lost, wouldn't it? So they did have to, I would say, just give a little bit of more of the environment, let a bit more of that lovely blue sky shine through, and then put that lovely logo on there, and then now you're talking. That just, I think, just sums up the whole box really, really well. Yeah, Jack and Dax are just located beneath it. Yeah, really, really rounds it off. Just slightly put to the side there as well, so you can see some really awesome, you know, mechanical things there in the distance. That looks really cool. You know, are we having to take those out? Do we need to interact with those? You know, do we need to, I know, explode maybe multiple of them? Or is it just a nice little bit of backdrop there? Who knows again, but I love that. Again, it really does make the gamer wonder and question what is next in the Jack and Daxter franchise. And yeah, I think this box art really has gone to town with that. I love it. Of course, Jack there, if we just have a little bit of a closer look at Jack, you know, the iconic ears and the big green hair. Yes, that's exactly what you want from Jack. I love the Jack character. You know, I would say it's on par for me with Ratchet and Clank and Crash Bandicoot and early Crash Bandicoot. You know, it is that kind of era, that kind of art style, which I love. And yes, guys, I will be doing a Jack art piece at some stage, you know. And funnily enough, just talking about art, yes, beady eyes amongst you may have seen I have started to add a little bit more colour to the sparks that I've been drawing. Yes, I do like to get a little bit creative on holiday and just sit back and relax and do a lot of colouring and stuff like that. And I did want to actually try and complete the sparks here that I'm doing. Nowhere near finished yet. There's lots of shading that I need to do, but I did make a start on that yesterday. But yeah, these things take time though, doesn't it? You know, if you want it to be really, really lovely. I've had lots of requests to do lots of different things. But yeah, guys, like I said, you are with me for the long run. So of course, you know, sparks, twisted metal pieces, and yeah, Jack and Daxter is definitely to come. So of course, stay tuned. But yeah, really, really great. And of course, yeah, Daxter, actually, that kind of cool, quirky character as well is right up my alley. Yeah, really, really great. There's just something about those characters that, I don't know, it's like you kind of get a bit of like a comic kind of vibe, you know, like TV, kind of like Cartoon Network vibe from them, but with a little bit of edge. And that's what I like about gaming characters kind of over that kind of like Cartoon Networky style vibe. For example, Bugs Bunny or Tasmanian Devil, you know, Taz. Really, really cool. I love them. They're great characters. But like gaming characters just have a little bit more grit, a little bit more edge, just the way they are always presented there, maybe with a bit of like a nasty face or a bit of a grimace, and that is what I love about gaming art. Yeah, absolutely. But of course, guys, yeah, before this video becomes too long, because yes, we've got to do a bit of a story as well, we'll just wrap things up here with the front cover. So yes, of course, we've got the lovely PlayStation 2 logo up there. It is a 12 rated game, so you know, it isn't for youngsters now, actually. Well, really, really young ones, you know, 3+, 7+. So you probably will start to find that this game is a little bit more testing, a little bit more challenging. And I think they have done that really well there with that box as well. Because, yes, we've got guns, you know, and when you kind of added like a gun into the mix, yes, it is a little bit quirky and a little bit, you know, fantasy. I do think that's when you can start to, yeah, ramp up that age rating a little bit and and start to realise, yeah, this is a little bit more than just kind of like a fun, cheesy, funny action platformer. There's a little bit more grit to this. And yeah, I think they've done that really, really well there. Of course, guys, we will take a little look onto the back now. And yeah, we will take a sip of coffee, guys. Come on, join me, join me. You know how it works here. Okay. Baby. So yeah, all right then. So we have got some screenshots. I like how they are kind of located in some sort of L shape here. That's quite cool. Yes, a little bit small, a little bit small. What an unfortunate event. I like them nice and big, but we are greeted with a nice, big, juicy kind of art piece here, which is actually quite nice. And because they've done that, I don't really mind too much that the screenshots are a little bit small. However, you know, I like it big and juicy because you've just taken this box off the shelf now. I don't really want to be seeing kind of like artist interpretations. Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, you know, don't get me wrong. But save that for the manual. Save that for the manual. Get some nice big screenshots of the gameplay itself so then you can start to actually realise what is this game telling me, you know. So look up here. We've got a little bit, I would say, maybe racing, exploration on some sort of bike. Okay, so that's really cool there. But again, really, really tiny. I'm always having to squint to see that. So that's a little bit of a shame. It looks like here we've got Jack now, maybe in some sort of kind of like alien form. Has he been poisoned? What's gone on here? What's happened to Jack? So that's really interesting. He's almost gone kind of like a blue and is raging and his eyes have gone all purple and stuff like that. So that's really cool, and what a shame that it's so small, you know, but we continue. So yeah, here we go. So here we're more of kind of like those mechanical robots probably about to take you out. Are they mechs? Are there other people in there? But again, quite small, so who knows. But it does look like there's going to be a variety of things that we need to attack, NPCs all around just trying to kill you, and you've got to try and fight back, which is cool. Again, further down below, is that some sort of boss? I'm not too sure. Or is he some sort of NPC that will help you out? But it's a guy with some sort of like, well, it looks like he had 3 heads, but I think he's just like a fat guy. And his arms are like really big out to the side. But yeah, if I just hold that up a little bit closer there, yeah, but what a shame that they're so small. But if we just do have a quick look at this piece here, though, that is pretty nice. I do like that there. Really cool, you know, Jack on some sort of like hoverboard, like jetting away, which is really nice. Daxter holding on for dear life and looks like he's having a really good time. So yeah, there we go. A nice back of a box. I'm not raving about it, absolutely not. There is a lot of heavy text here as well. Yes, it does do a little bit of an introduction to the story because there is a nice, yeah, actually story piece in the manual. But then it does go into kind of like some other basic stuff, again, which can be left for the manual, guys, you know. Maybe just 2 or 3 bullet points, what you're going to be expecting to do, and then boom, just say, yeah, rest is in the manual, pick me up and yeah, go. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, there we go. And interesting to see it's kind of gone for like an L shape there. Normally they're either plastered at the top writing or plastered at the bottom writing or plastered to the side writing, stuff like that. So I do like how they've kind of mixed it up there a little bit. But again, guys, yes, we will give it the artsy game up. Yeah, baby. All right then. And yes, we'll have a look at the disc and the manual and a small advertisement slip here as well. So yeah, very happy to get the complete package of this, considering I thought I was going to get all 3. But what a shame. But yeah, here we go. Very happy. So let's go straight on to the disc then. Okay, and we'll have a little look at the lovely disc art here. And you know what I'm going to say, guys. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Yeah. Not a straight copy and paste. So yes, here we go. I am so digging this disc art here. Look at those electrical bolts just jetting behind Jack and Daxter there. It looks like Jack is in that kind of like dark, menacing phase. So yeah, has something happened to him? Do we need to help him get back to his original state? So again, you've just come off the front there. Jack is in his kind of like normal kind of looking phase there. And, you know, you've had a little look on the back and stuff. And then boom, you're greeted with this. And you're like, okay, there's a little bit more to this game, isn't there? Why is Jack looking like that on the disc? So yeah, really cool how they've done that there. Fantastic. Again, we've got now Daxter giving it large with a gun, just stood there with a gun massively out of his size. You know, that gun is almost as big as him, but that's just what makes this game so funny and quirky. So yeah, look at that. He's ready to, well, I guess help out Jack. So yeah, he's ready to take on some enemies, isn't he? How cool is that? Love the backdrop that Daxter and Jack are resting on there. They are in some sort of, I would say, industrial area. Lots of stone, lots of concrete. So again, in some sort of city, which, yeah, is really cool, actually. You know, we've gone from the desert and the beaches to the city now. So yeah, that's really cool. And again, the lovely Jack 2 logo there placed nice and high on the top to, yeah, not allow any of the artwork to go miss there because, yeah, there's a lot to take in. And I love how they've displayed this disc here. And again, I would say up there. We're probably one of the better discs that I've seen. Oh yeah, I would say up there, you know, along with Simpsons Hit and Run. Absolutely, I do like how they've gone to town here and kind of like use the circle of the disc as well to create that jet of lightning across the disc there. It almost looks like the disc can just break in half, doesn't it? So yeah, very, very happy. I would say it is up there with, yeah, well, the best disc art I've seen. Now, guys, okay, we are gonna give it the artsy gamer flip, but can you see that there? Oh, I didn't want to take it off because I did want to show it to the camera there. Now, I didn't know this when I bought the disc. It was very much just a case of the guy just popped it in and, yeah, put it in my case and away I went. It wasn't until I, you know, just came to the camera and I did want to have a little inspection that I realised that yes, this disc is quite grimy and I would say it is a little bit scratched there. And what I am now going to start doing, guys, when I go to CEX, and you know what, I don't know why I hadn't really started doing it, but I never really had this issue until now. I am actually going to say, can I inspect the back of the disc, please? Because, yeah, it's not great when you've got like a splodge of, I don't know what that is, and it looks like there's a scratch just going along down there. So I don't know how playable this will be. Will I put it in my PlayStation 2 and then it just gets corrupt? I don't know. So I am getting very, very excited about this game, but it could all end in tears, couldn't it, if it doesn't actually work? So I don't know. I don't know if I am going to take this back or not. I'm a little bit undecided yet because, again, I'm on holiday and stuff like that. So do I just wait till when I'm home? I'm not quite sure yet. But what I am going to start doing now, and I would urge you to do it as well, guys, because I know I have a lot of viewers that follow me and go to CX and do all these CX visits as well to pick up all your games and stuff, but I would say, can I just have a little look at the disc? And some people might already do that anyway. The reason why I maybe haven't really done that, first of all, like I said, I've never really had an issue, but also CEX, when they get their games in, they inspect the discs and they put them in. They actually do an inspection. So, you know, things like that don't really go missed, because if they see a disc that's all scratched up, they go,
no, you're not. I'm not taking it.
I've had that done to me before, actually. You know, I had a disc that I was swapping out from some of my gaming community that I run, and the disc was all scratched, and they went,
no, we're not signing it.
So again, it's a little bit of that. I did put a little bit, maybe too much trust in the cashiers and CEX. So yeah, I am going to start doing that now. But anyway, guys, before I stop waffling on all you down the camera there, yes, if you are liking what you're seeing here today and enjoying the artsy gamer mess at Mandas and want to get, well, I was about to say want to get notified when I next go live, well, yeah, just pop on your notification bell, sub and like, you know the drill, guys. Honestly, it really does help out a ton. Anyway, we will just flip it back and pop it in the case again, and we will whop out the lovely manual here. Before we do that though, I will just quickly go on the gameplay and stuff of the Jak and Daxter series. So yes, wow, where do I start? Now, forgive me, guys. I am very much somebody that wants to really get invested with the Jak series. It's just finding the time. Now, I had dabbled with this game growing up, just at friends' houses. Never owned this game, unfortunately. But oh my gosh, when I was at friends' houses, what a time we absolutely had. It was a real great blast. It was basically just giving me Crash Bandicoot vibes, but I would say actually a little bit better because there was so much exploration and collecting things to kind of progress, and I thought that element of it was really cool. It kind of had like semi-open world vibes that Crash Bandicoot really didn't give me. Well, Wharf of Cortex, I know it did start to change it up a little bit when we went on to Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity, but going from the early Crash Bandicoots all the way up to Wharf of Cortex on the PlayStation 2, for me it was like, yeah, this is Crash but more, which I really loved. Again, I revisited this game when it came out on the PlayStation Plus kind of like premium tier where you could download and play PlayStation 2 games. And yes, I revisited number 1. Again, I didn't do it to completion, unfortunately, mainly because I actually had a backlog of PlayStation 5 games that I really wanted to get through. Spider-Man at the time. I wanted to get through God of War 18, actually. I hadn't actually played 18, so I wanted to get that underway. What else was there? Oh, of course, Stellar Blade as well. So there was quite a few PlayStation 5 games that I'd collected for Christmas and birthdays and stuff like that. So again, I put my Jak 2 on the back burner, and then I accidentally, didn't revisit it, unfortunately. But I would absolutely love to, because again, the limited time I had playing with it through the PlayStation package was fantastic. I loved the whole kind of vibe of collecting things. I had to collect so many orbs over here to kind of like progress over here, to collect so many kind of like other eggs and stuff like that to move over here, and you get some like boots or something like that to then jump up over here to start collecting more things. The environments were so different and fun and interactive, and kind of like enemies jumping out you here, there and everywhere. Art style and graphics design was just so beautiful, and again, so my vibe, again coming from that Crash and Ratchet vibe, so again, wow, just wow for me, and it is definitely a game that I would love to explore more, hence why I want to get the collection on PlayStation 2, and actually go and revisit this as an adult, and do my kind of like my early childhood memories of playing this game as a child add up and live up to what I thought it was. And again, I think it is just basic fun action platforming, lots of jumping, lots of smashing boxes and collecting things, and talking to NPCs and stuff like that. So if you enjoyed, I would say, Crash Twinsanity, if you enjoyed kind of that Scooby-Doo 100 Frights or whatever it's called, if you would just enjoy action platforming like the kind of the Ratchet and Clanks, and I would say the early Crash Bandicoots, then yes, absolutely, this game is for you, for sure. So that's a little bit of gameplay there.
Onan welcomes you, blah 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 blah, the usual boring salutations.
But we will just pop this down to one side then, and of course I've got the manual out now, and we will take another sip of coffee, guys. Come on, join me. Lovely. Okay then, so yes, here we are. We've got the lovely manual now, and very nice. It is just a straight copy and paste though, so same image that is presented on the front box there. So not too much more to be said about that, but as soon as you open this, you are welcomed with another great image of Jak and Daxter there. Just look how awesome that is, guys. And again, here we go. I know I've got a lot of lovely artists in the room that do take inspiration from my videos and do like to pause the camera and stop and just take screenshots of little bits here and there to help inspire the next art piece. So again, guys, that is what I'm here for. Just take your time. If you want to screenshot anything, then yes, absolutely go for it, because you never know, it might help inspire your next art piece. And I tell you what, you know, I would happily just draw this for, you know, one of my art pieces. Absolutely. Like, that is kind of like what I do, isn't it? I kind of take the character, I put it on a piece of A5, and then boom, that's my drawing. Do you know what I mean? Yes, I know some people could argue that it is kind of like, you know, you've just literally just copy and pasted that. But that's kind of my art style, and I like to put just a little bit of an artsy gamer twist on it to show that I haven't just completely copied and pasted it. Do you know, I might add some drips here. I might add some flashes in the backdrop there. I might make Daxter in a different quirky pose, you know, something like that. But that is definitely something I would love to work with, yeah, in the future for potential future giveaway. So yeah, here we go. So just flicking this now, and Daxter there gives us a little bit of a breakdown of a story, kind of like what we had previously done in the first game, and kind of summarizing everything. And it's like, okay, damn, now we've got to kind of sort out all of this in this next big mission that we've got to try and do. And of course, guys, yes, it is Monday, so let's get a little bit of story time going now, guys. So forgive me if I start stumbling on my words, but of course, guys,
You are now, little children, cross your legs, Dad. We're in school, and I'll give you a little bit of a read of this lovely piece here.
and then of course we'll have another little flick through the manual. After this, there isn't actually too much going for it, but yeah, we'll get there when we get there. So of course, guys,
Here we go. Shall I take another sip of coffee?
yeah, let's take another sip of coffee. Come on. Okay, baby. So, here we go.
Great! This is just fantastic. Let's just take a moment here. We get chased by a huge monster, jump through that wretched spinning precursor thing, and end up in this dump of a city. Then Jack gets captured, and I spend 2 years living on the streets, drinking from puddles, dodging traffic, and eating leftover glub burgers. Now, I finally find Jack, and the boy looks half dead. And now I'm taking to myself, it gets better. Still, if you think I've had a tough time, take a peek at Jack. They've been doing some sort of mad science experiment on him. Poor guy. Looks like he's had more dodgy chemicals pumped into him than the Patreons down the Hip Hog Saloon. Maybe we would have been better off if we'd stood our ground and taken our chances against that thing. Then it came after us from that rift gate. Then again, maybe not. Eesh, it gives me creeps just thinking about it. Ah well, Jack always pretty tough. Perhaps he'll be okay once he comes around. The first thing I'm gonna do is make him shave that new beard off. There's only room for one hairy hero around here, and that's me.
And then another little section down here.
Oh, here comes Barton Praxis. I'm gonna split. That big jump makes me nervous. I'll come back and spring Jack out later. Then the cost is clear. I just hope he can come up with a plan to get us out of this mess.
Oh my gosh, and guys, sorry, the heavens opened there as it was getting quite nasty and dark and dingy towards the end. So maybe let me just open a bit of a curtain here, guys.
Storm is coming. Literally, the storm is coming.
2 seconds. Whew, okay, so wow, oh wow, what kind of like an intro that is given here in this manual. Wow, like, okay, there's a lot going on here. So yes, it looks like Jack has been kind of like captured and some sort of scientific experiment is going on, and yeah, pumping Jack with a load of chemicals to make him, yeah, not himself, which is really, really interesting. It looks like Dax is going to have to try and do some sort of mission to try and get him back and bring back his old friend to then, I guess, you know, continue the story and well, on to number 3, of course. So that is really cool. Yeah, I really enjoyed reading that to you there, and there is Daxter, of course, giving it large. So yeah. But yeah, okay, then I hope you've enjoyed that, and we'll just have a little flick through now the manual there. So again, more dialogue is given via Daxter there, but not too much story stuff. So, you know, we'll just start to flick through that. Again, basic UI, saving, and all the stuff you need to know how to progress on with the game. So, of course, there, yeah, lovely stuff. Of course, nice and colourful, actually. So yeah, I believe these are some of the things that you need to start collecting in the game. Again, just to progress each area, which is nice. Some small screenshots as well, which is lovely. Just presented around, yeah, the manual there, which is great. And of course, yeah, here we go, some more kind of like dialogue from Daxter there. I do quite like his just kind of head character model there, just dotted around. I do really like that, and I tell you what, yeah, what an art piece. I really, really do dig kind of just that headshot there. Really, really nice. I do love that. Okay, and of course, just flicking through. Okay, another screenshot there. Looks like, yeah, Jack is doing some sort of race. So yeah, are there chances to just actually dip out of the game experience completely and just do a bit of racing? You know, very similar to kind of like Ratchet and Clank vibes, where you could do that. You know, you got your main story there, but some little side missions you can go away and do some cool racing. So that's pretty cool there. I love how they've displayed that, of course, in colour. Okay, so yeah, Dark Jack. So here he is. Here's the Dark Jack. So maybe he has some different abilities as well compared to just the normal Jack. So again, they've probably done a little bit of a breakdown there. So that's really cool. I love that. And again, yeah, I do like this. So yeah, so the Baron
Parrots.
again, gosh, forgive me. I could have messed that up completely. But yeah, we've got a really awesome character model of him there. So that's really cool. I do love that. And again, if you just want to hold that and yeah, pause the camera if you need to, just to take some inspiration, then yes, please do. And of course, Daxter there with his kind of like his thin little arm, trying to get a good bicep curl, but nothing is coming up there, is it?
He needs to hit the gym with me, baby.
And again, some nice other little character models there, which are really great. Yeah, really nice again in colour, which is lovely. Really cool. Nice. And yeah, I think we are slowly coming to the end there, unfortunately. I do like how it was resting on a nice kind of like blue backdrop throughout, which is nice. Yeah, adds all together, doesn't it, with the aesthetics of the whole game and box. And yeah, sadly coming to the end there with an advertisement for Ratchet and Clank, baby. So yeah, you know, very similar vibe of game, I would say. So of course they're looking to advertise Ratchet, because I would guess, yeah, people who are enjoying this game would also very much enjoy Ratchet and Clank as well. So yeah, very good advertisement to put up, and coming soon, November 2003. Oh my god. Yeah, what a lovely advertisement there. And again, guys, yes, this did come with another kind of like, yeah, little thing here, which is nice. I'm very happy that this still came with the box, and like I always say, if there were other little slips that came with the box, then yes, absolutely, definitely try and find it, because that is then really the complete unboxed experience in my opinion. And of course, yeah, here we go. So we've got another awesome character model of Daxter there, and again, I would say that is a standalone piece that I would happily draw for you guys. So that is really, really great in that, yeah, that iconic stance now, isn't it, of trying to pull off a bicep curl, but nothing is really popping. But yeah, really great. And I believe this may just be advertising the collector's edition potentially, so that's really cool. I love it how they still were doing collector's editions back in the day. I believe so anyway, where you could probably get like the art book and look at what kind of, yeah, effort went into making these games, because of course, guys, a lot did. So yeah, there we go. Really, really nice. And yeah, of course, just popping that back there and straight in here. So yes, guys, oh my god, what a video today that was. I am super happy that I did manage to get this to you guys today. Whether or not I do take this back, I don't know. Of course, guys, I'll keep you posted, because what a shame, what a shame. Everything was pretty much tip-top condition, advertisement slips and all, but disc has just let me down there with that one. But yeah, these things happen, doesn't it, when you're retro gaming collecting? Right then, guys, well, of course, I will keep you posted on my PlayStation 3 kind of gameplay. Like I said, I would like to get some sort of live out, potentially Wednesday this week, playing Assassin's Creed, but of course, that is only if I manage to get my charger charged. Anyway, guys, before I start messing up my words, I'm going to love and leave you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll catch you in tomorrow's video. That's me, Artsy Gamer, over and out.